know is committed to taking away the supermajority in the House and the Senate and is committed to having somebody in every single race. Please put your hands together and welcome Nikki Fried.
Between your dessert and more drinks, so I understand that. But first of all, it's such an honor to be back on this stage. And my marching orders to this community, to Hillsborough County, has been the same for 5 years. Because you always show up for the people of this community and the people of our state. And so first of all, Governor, it has been such an honor spending time with you this weekend. Thank you for your service to democracy. And of course, our fierce fighters, our congressmen and congresswomen who are here with us tonight, thank you for your service to our country and to democracy. And David, that was an uplifting speech. Thank you so much. I'm writing a book too. It's called Saving Florida, also AKA Fuck That. I think that's part of the trend here. That we are in. You all know the stories. You hear it. You live it every single day. You know that right now we are living in a state that is the most anti-democratic, anti-freedom state in the nation. When I turned to my fellow party chairs, especially one in Alabama, and I said, hey, you want to come to Florida? We can do a little bit of a swap. And the chair of Alabama says, ooh, no. That tells you where we are here today. We understand that Florida is ground zero for the MAGA extremism. We understand that right now Florida is in a war zone against women, against immigrants, against our LGBTQ family members, and our Black and brown Floridians. But we also know this too, an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. The relentless attacks on our education system. Every single day, we are hearing the horrifying stories of students not having teachers, of teachers leaving our state, of professors not staying here. The brain drain that is happening in our state is real. And the impact that is going to have on generations to come is real. That fight is here. You live it every single day. Education is the bedrock to our democracy. And we know this too. Knowledge is power. And they know that, most importantly, which is why they try to take away knowledge, because they want to retain all of the power. We are paying the price every single day for Ron's failed leadership. Florida is the highest inflation in the nation, sitting at 9% inflation. That is not Joe Biden. That is Ron DeSantis. We have become the most unaffordable state in the nation. If you can find property insurance, which has increased 208% since he became governor, and it is going to continue to get worse. Our housing costs, our rental costs. But I am preaching to the choir because you all know this, because you all hear the stories and you tell the stories. But I am here to tell you, the Florida Democratic Party is back. Because we understand the moments that we are in. We understand because we talk to our community members that in order for us to save democracy in the United States, we have to start here at home. We have to understand that the true promises that I made to you when I took that gavel on February 25th. The first promise that I made to the people of this state is that we are never going to have a November 2022 election result ever again. And you all have seen that big smile come onto my face. The second promise Ron DeSantis is never going to be president of the United States. Starting to understand and trying to realize what we here in Florida have been saying for 4 years. Because in March 2020, I stood outside of my offices, and for the first time, I called him a dictator. And everybody said, did she just do that? And I now say it every single day. Because we know what the pressure is here on our state, what he has done to this state. We do not have democracy here. But your Florida Democratic Party is fighting back. And know that we have a 67-county plan. Because we have to go everywhere. So we launched last month, Take Back Florida Tour. And we went to 17 counties, starting in Volusia. We went to Volusia, we went to Clay, we went to St. Lucie, we went to Hernando, we went to Levy, we went to Lee, we went to Collier, and of course we went to the Tri-County. Because we understand that in order for us to take back power in our state and to take back Florida, we need to go everywhere. We need to be talking to every single person, not just Democrats, but independents that now make up 1/3 of our state. And to those moderate Republicans, because we know that they are out here, Bob. We do know that they are out here. But we gotta start talking to them and again, explaining why it is so important in this moment, in this time, that we are voting Democrat up and down the ballot. Because there is no other option, there is no other alternative. Because, let me say this very clearly, we thought that Ron DeSantis was a headache that we would end in 26. Well, now we got Matt Gaetz coming up the line. So understand that the fight is not over when he leaves the state in 26 or when he comes home in 23. I don't think he'll be in 24. He'll be out before then. So I am here per IO to close up and to wrap everything up. You have heard the stories here tonight. You have heard the inspirational speeches tonight. You have heard the calls to action. You hear the conversations that are happening in your households, in your classrooms, with your children, with your family members, the people who can't afford to live here. So here is our call to action. What are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing on Monday for those who are not observing Yom Kippur? What are you doing on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday? Because that is what it's going to take for us to start winning our elections back. It is great, as you heard from Congressman Frost, it is great to come to these galas. It is important to come to these galas because it helps to fund our party and the work that gets done on the ground. But it is just as important that you call IOM tomorrow and say, how can I help? How can I go recruit candidates? How can I make sure that that special election for House District 35, because that is our seat, and we are going to take that seat back. But we're gonna need people knocking on doors. We're gonna need phone bankers. We're gonna need text messengers. We're gonna need our women's club to write postcards. This is how you have an organized Democratic Party. We support each other. Jacksonville didn't just happen. We made sure we had the right candidates and the right organization on the ground. And we made sure we did the door knocking. And it wasn't just the locals. It was the entire party that showed up for Jacksonville. And not just the Florida party. We had DNC members on every one of our calls. Because this is what it is going to take. How much more work are each and every one of us going to commit? Because this is what I say, and I'm going to close with this. I have said for now the last 7 months that my priorities and our priorities are reducing voter registration gaps by 35%. That we're going to get the House out of the superminority. That we're going to protect our incumbents, including our county-wide constitutional officers here. That we're going to put Andrew Warren back into the state attorney spot. The first female Jewish mayor of Miami-Dade in her re-election. make sure the choice amendment gets over the finish line, and once and for all, we're going to constitutionalize our rights of choice. But that is the floor. The ceiling, that's on each and every one of us. How many candidates are you going to recruit? How many phone calls are you going to make? How many canvassing events are you going to attend? How much of your financial resources are you going to give to your local party, your local candidate, the state party, the national party? That ceiling, that's on us. Because let me just say this one last thing. Ron DeSantis did not win by 19 points. We lost by 19 points. That is on us. And because of that 19-point loss, we have seen this man and his enablers, also known as the Republican legislature, take our state into such an extreme that they are rewriting Black history. I sat and stood a couple weeks ago in Jacksonville, the day after a white nationalist racist gunned down 3 Black Floridians. And I stood in a circle in Jacksonville and watched how Ron, who's not my governor, Ron took a microphone. And as somebody who should be governor of the 3rd largest state in the nation, the most diverse state in the nation, somebody who was running for president of the United States, didn't understand that at that moment, your job was to heal a community. To stand up and say, I am sorry. I am sorry that fathers aren't coming home tonight. That mothers aren't coming home tonight. And this community is in fear of going to the food store. I am sorry, and I will do everything in my power to heal this community and to continue to stand up. Instead, give your money at it. Try to throw money. This is our chance to right this wrong. To make sure that every single person that is in this state feels safe, protected, and loved. And so it's going to be upon us as Florida Democrats to make sure we stand up and we fight back and we take back the state. But it's going to be upon us to know what that ceiling looks like, because there is no end to that. And so with that, please, I am asking each and every one of you to do your part, because that is the only way that this party can come back. That is the only way that we protect democracy. And that is the only way that we make sure that the next generation doesn't feel the same way that that community of Jacksonville feels and felt that night. So Ione, thank you for your leadership, because I know that come November 2024, you all will continue to show that this county is blue, that only part of our, Florida's not red. First of all, Florida's not red. We are a gerrymandered suppressed state, but we are not a red state. And so to Ione and to Jennifer, who I don't know if she's still in the room, to our Pinellas County Party Chair as well, the work that is done by your county parties is inevitable to get us to the end result that we are protecting democracy. So Ione, thank you so much for your leadership, and I look forward to seeing you all on the trail. Thank you.